Hello, welcome everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy and today I'm going to be giving you a prediction reading for the 21st of July. Now, it's very bleak. It's a dismal afternoon here. It's been raining most of the day. It is winter down here in Australia where I shoot my videos. Firstly, just a shout out to all my beautiful subscribers and some of my viewers who live overseas who are currently going through terrible heat wave and fires. Please stay safe and I will get started and we'll see what comes up. I'm getting it. The switch has been switched on for these people waking up. People are waking up. I know it is very hard sometimes to believe or to even see that people are waking up, but they are. They might not be waking up around the jab. I talk about that a lot here, but they're waking up to all the garbage and nonsense that's being spoon-fed to them like a little baby by government. People are waking up. They're seeing it now. And that's what we need. We need them to see it. We need them to see the truths. People, this is what's happening. These people waking up, not us because we've removed ourselves, but these people waking up are harbouring resentments now towards government. And that's great because that means they're starting to question things. They're resenting the interest rate rises. They're resenting the cost of living. They're resenting the fact that they give themselves pay rises when little people are getting just taken down the toilet, as we always say here on my channel. This is what people are resenting, and it's starting to build in people. And if you know anyone who's had to carry resentment, it's a very toxic emotion that starts to vent itself. And that's why I always keep saying stay away from the people waking up. It's very important in this process. Let's see where else we go. I'm getting the message like fill up your tank, and this could also mean fill up your petrol tank, but it's mostly about filling up your own petrol tank as a person. So make sure that you're filled up, doing the things you need, the things you love, having people around you that make you feel stronger. That's very important. You don't want to be around people who are dragging you down and making you feel inadequate. You've got to stay around like kind. It's very important. Let's just see what else we get today. I'm getting church bells ringing today. So this is like, again, it's getting back to that vibration, but it's a big vibration. If you think of a church bell, you can hear a church bell for miles. Whenever people, churches have that Sunday mass or there's been a wedding or something like that, you just hear it chiming and it just vibrates out for miles. And I'm getting that today, the church bells. And really, that's what you think of when you think of church bells ringing. It's usually an event or it's something to let everybody know. It's almost showing me as well, like the town squire. Like when this is in like old England or somewhere like that, he would shake his bell to get people's attention. Like, hear ye, hear ye. And then he'd make his announcement. He'd open the scroll. So we've got these kind of vibrational bells, and this is the kind of thing that's happening. There's this vibrational shift that's occurring around, and I would say this is a great awakening, but there's this big vibrational shift that's occurring at the moment. Well, we know there is with the weather, don't we? But this is a more positive vibrational shift. It could be about, if you think about bells ringing, it wakes people up. It gets their attention. And that's why you hear even like a town square clock chime, like ding, ding, ding. And it'll go, if it's like 3 o'clock, you hear it go 3 times. But it gets people's attention. So it's these big bells in the church, the town square. I'm getting the clock chiming like a big... what do you call them, those big tower clocks in the center of town. That's the kind of sound. It's this big vibrational sound, and this is what's starting to happen. This is the waking up process. People can't not hear, like you can't, unless you were deaf, you can't not hear and sense the vibration of the awakening because it's all around people. It's happening now. That's why they're giving me the big bells and the ding, a ding, a ding, getting people's attention. I'll just see where else we go with this. God, they're really taking me back to like old England. Maybe this is because there's so much happening with England at the moment with your new Prime Minister changes. But I'm getting that cobblestone streets and this old English kind of village. They're showing me that, and they're showing me like the pubs and the people having fun, and they're showing me like the taverns. So it's like these taverns, and they're white, and they've got like black window paint, and they've even got the boxes of flowers on the windowsill. They're showing me this kind of thing. And I think what the guides are trying to say is people want to get back to that old majestic feeling of, you know, going to the pub and having a pint, or having that ale, or this is just an analogy and a visual that they're giving me. People are wanting to get back to this. This is that simple life that people are wanting to get back to, that they've missed forever. I mean, I'm not really sure what your pubs and things look like over there, but I'm just getting that it's even got the little cement stairs going into it. So it's got 1 or 2 or 3 little tiny cement stairs going into this like tavern. They're calling it like a tavern. And it's got, they're even showing me like the flag hanging out the front. You know how they have the like, it might be called the coat of arms tavern, or the, this kind of thing. It's kind of got that. Oh, hang on, I'll just see what we get. Oh, they're saying the bells tavern, meaning Terrabella, but they're saying the bells meaning relating to the vibration. People are just wanting to get back to some sort of normality, and that's a representation of the pub. I mean, we don't all go to pubs. We know that. It can represent a coffee shop or restaurants or things like that too. But this is what the guides are kind of explaining to me. People want to go back to that simplicity of life. We know they do. We're creating it over here. If you're on my channel, we're already creating that. They're even showing me with this tavern, it could even be that it's near the water. It's almost showing me like I'm getting visuals of like Brighton and places like that. Now, I know that's not the most picturesque beaches in the world, and that in England you don't have that soft sand. Sometimes you have the rocks. But I'm getting this visual of people sitting outside and just enjoying the sea breeze, and like, I'm presuming you have seagulls, I don't know over there, but there's bird noises, you know, whatever birds you have there. But there's just this, God, and it's sort of that fish and chips, and it's an old scene that the guides are giving me. It's an old simplified scene, but it's like in old England. There's like cobblestones, but there's people out enjoying life. You know, this is that time traveling again that they're kind of giving me. It's people enjoying life. It's sort of, I guess, the picture that the guides are trying to paint for us is when life was easy, when life was simple, when you'd go in and have a beer with your mates or your girlfriends, or when you'd just sit outside and you'd have the sea breeze. This is the kind of imagery. For some reason, we're getting England, probably because of all the changes that are happening in England at the moment. I have talked about that in this morning's video, that I think, you know, this reset, we know it's coming out, but I'm definitely getting this old England town and they're like coat of arms tavern and all this sort of thing. I'll just see what else we get today. Yep, I'm getting it. See, and this isn't us. People can't stand what's happening. People are seeing the injustice of what is happening, and it's making them really infuriated and really mad inside. They can see that there is nothing in this for the little people. Yay, hallelujah, they're finally starting to see this. Let's hope to God they stand up. But this is what I'm getting. These people waking up are starting to really understand where this is going, and it's not going in a great direction, and it's certainly not going in the direction that they want it to go. Again, we get back to that pyramid Ponzi scheme. Only the people at the top of that agenda are going to make any money. All these little people are going to just go under. So people are not happy. They're infuriated actually about what's coming at them. Well, we know cost of living, just to name a few, let alone being jabbed every 4 weeks or whatever they're putting out. I'll just see where else we go with this. I'm getting us again. So we're the time travelers now. I talk about us being these time travelers that can move from things from the past in our thoughts to memories to being present. We're very good at being present. We learn how to live in the now, and I'd say that's the main thing that's probably saved most of us. And we can also get visions and manifest and work out how to move our life forward and create synchronicities and look for signs to guide us. And so we're these time travelers, and that's if you're watching my video. And we have this great ability to create our life moving forward. And that's what the guides are kind of saying to us here, is that we do have that ability, and we've made a difference. But we are traveled off this story. We're not in this story anymore. I often talk on this channel here about, in years to come, someone's going to be reading their grandkids a book, and it's going to be called The COVID Agenda. And it's going to be all about these terrible, mean villains who tried to take over the world and take everybody's freedom. And we're not in that book. It's like we're in a whole other series. I would say we were probably in the first chapter, maybe we got a mention in the first chapter, but then we were written out of the book because we were too hard to deal with. So they wrote us out, which is the best thing that they could have done, because they can't get to us. We time traveled and we took off, and we created our own life to move forward into. So I would say we got a little mention. We did get a little mention in the first chapter, but then we got written out of the book. They wrote us out of the book, and that's a good thing. We didn't want to still be stuck in the COVID agenda story. And so that's what I'm getting today. We were sort of isolated in the very beginning. I'll just see where else we go with this today. Yeah, I'm just getting these time travelers. We don't seek advice. We're very independent thinkers. We don't sort of crawl back to people either. We have this ability to cut dry and move on. So we just leave things behind. We have this ability to, it's like we can cut the cords and just move on. Or not with everything. Sometimes you can't do that with family and certain connections. But we have this ability to leave the garbage behind and move on. And that's why we're these time travelers. We only take the things that we need with us into our sort of new future. Hold on for a sec. And what the guides are saying, there's timelines and that we do cross. We're still crossing a lot of timelines at the moment. It's really funny because I often say to you here, and I'm sure it's happened to you guys, I had really close girlfriends who turned their back on me in the very beginning, and I live in a small town and I do not see them. I'm not joking. It would be a year since I've seen either of them. And it's strange, but it shows that you're on different timelines. I mean, we will probably cross paths again one day. I just don't focus on it. But I'm sure you guys have had experiences like that too, where you think, oh, where did everybody go? Where did all these people go? But again, it gets back to the bells and that vibration. Our vibrations have changed so dramatically that it's like we have become somebody else, but we're vibrating differently. So it's that law of attraction. You know, that's the biggest thing that I can think of to do with vibration. You vibrate things that have the same vibration as you. Things will synchronize and come into your experience that are on your same kind of realm, I guess you could say. Because look at all of us here. We all have similar experiences. We've been through similar journeys. The last few years have been very challenging for us all, but we've all managed to come out the other side. And that's that time traveling. We've learnt to cope with whatever's kind of happening to us. Even if something was to pop up from the past, we'd probably just take the small bits of positivity from it and keep going. I'll see if there's any closing messages today. Yeah, we're not stuck in the grief of our old life anymore. That's what the guides are saying. They said we're just not there. We don't need tissues anymore. We don't need anti-anxiety like remedy rescue drops or anything like that anymore, because we're not even full of anxiety anymore. Our anxiety is like all gone. It's subsided. It's showing me like a candle melting, and that the candle's like burnt right down. It's melted away. All our anxieties, our fears, everything is like melted away, but the candle's still burning. The candle's still burning inside of us, and that's that light that we have that we help to shine to other people. It's that inner glow that people are now seeing. I keep talking about it. We're the mirror reflection for a lot of these people waking up, and that's what I'm going to leave you with today. We're like the melted candle, but in a positive way, but we're still burning. The wick is still burning bright, I would say, but all the anxiety and fears and the grief and everything has melted away. And that's a nice vision, isn't it, today? And yeah, maybe go and burn a candle. You know, that could be significant for us to light that candle and just keep putting our hope and our thoughts that there's going to be change, and help to wake some of these people up as well and ignite that light back up inside of them, because they've been dulled down for 3 years, these people. We've managed to find that spark again inside of us, haven't we? And I think I put a video on here the other day. It's called How to Illuminate Yourself. It's a video of mine. Go and check it out. I'll leave it probably here. Where am I? Maybe here. I don't know. Depends where the thumbnail thing goes. So look for that. It's called How to Illuminate Yourself. And it just gives you some tips on how you can just shine your light as well and make yourself feel stronger. So thanks for watching today. Look, I really appreciate it. I'm going to leave it at that. Have a wonderful night, everybody. It's probably day. You're probably just getting up. It's probably morning where a lot of you guys are. Take care. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Hit those like buttons, and I will see you in the next video. Bye from Australia. Take care, everybody.